Hello, my name's Caden, or Ninjago and more, and today I'm going to be doing a completely unedited, unscripted review/overview of Ninjago Dragons Rising Part 2. Now, I watched the first 5 episodes of Part 2 when they leaked a few weeks ago. I watched episode 9 in Cantonese, and then when all the episodes officially released on October 12th, I rewatched them all then on ITVX. So, it's very fresh in my mind, so I thought I would do a bit of a discussion about it. So I've not got any script, no bullet points or anything. This is all just going to be fresh off the head. Let's do this. So, firstly, spoilers, of course, by the way, massive spoiler warning. I'm going to be talking about the ending, any plot points, any cool reveals, all of that kind of stuff is going to be getting spoiled, so beware. So the biggest kind of mind-blowing thing to me was Ariko, the last Jin. His backstory was really cool. He was on a journey in another realm when Ninjago was destroyed, and then he came back, and there was just a singular grain of sand. However, that kind of raises the question, were there other Jins in other realms? You know, how do we know that he is the last Jin? How do we know that he didn't have an army of Jins in different realms? We don't. I mean, I think that's good. I think that means that it is very possible that the writers, if they wanted to bring in another Jin, they could say, oh yeah, you know, I was also in another realm when Ninjago was destroyed. So, yeah, that's a very interesting thing to think about, I think. Also, the reveal that Sora isn't Sora's real name. The dragon Sora isn't her real name, and her real name is it like Azath or something? I can't remember. But the fact that her real name isn't Sora is really cool, and the fact that she is from Ninjago, also really cool. I thought that was a really cool reveal, and I was kind of mind blown to hear that. Eriko's reveal, I guess, saying that Ninjago dragons can travel between different realms. I think that's kind of a given. I thought every dragon could travel between different realms. I don't know what the point of him saying that was. Also, something interesting was he said that he can't use his magic because the land of Ninjago was destroyed. However, Ninjago was destroyed during Season 6, where Nodokon was using his magic. So that doesn't really make sense. That's a bit of a retcon. However, you could say maybe, you know, it took a few months for Ninjago to get fully destroyed. Or you could say the fact that Nodokon was rebuilding Ninjago in Ninjago. You could say that was maybe allowing his power to continue. So, yeah, you can really, you know, you can come up with a few headcanons as to why Nodokon was able to use Ninjago magic. But yeah, the whole last Jin episode was really cool. The reveal that the first Spinjitzu Master created more than one realm felt a little bit forced and also a little bit random, I think. I think it was definitely one of those things that kind of really negatively impacts the lore, because now when you watch back another season, you know, it's why wouldn't Wu have told the ninja? And Wu definitely knew, because, you know, Wu knows a lot of things. This is definitely one of those things that he would have known about. So I really feel like he should have told the ninja about that, or he should have commented on it. So yeah, and of course that's not the writer's fault, because they've only started writing starting from Dragons Rising, so it's not their fault. However, it was a bit of a random reveal, if not a cool one. Wildfire, her realm has officially been stated by Raz as the Wildness, meaning the Wildness is a realm, which I think is a bit wasted. I really hope it gets revealed that the Wildness is part of Chima. On Twitter, I saw a post suggesting that maybe the Chima island, the floating island in the sky, is Chima, and then the forest around there is the Wildness. And, you know, it starts with the forest, but then there's, of course, the Wildness that we see. Maybe there's a snowy Wildness, who knows. But yeah, I definitely hope Raz is still from Chima. And Wildfire being from there, also would make sense because, of course, she was delivered through that weird robotic pod thing, meaning she probably isn't actually from that realm, from the wildness, if that's what it's called. Which, yeah, like I said, I hope the wildness isn't just the realm, because that is very, very, very similar to the realm of Oni and Dragon. And Doc Wyatt said on Twitter, he explicitly stated that the wildness is not the first realm. But he said anything more than that risks a spoiler, which means there is more to the wildness than we have been shown. So I'm guessing that the wildness is part of Chima. Well, no, I'm guessing that Chima is part of the wildness. That's my that's my theory. But yeah, I think that is pretty cool. I think if that gets revealed, that'll be awesome, and it'll definitely make Raz cooler. What else happened? Quite a lot of reveals happened. The ending, I guess I'll talk about the ending. That was really cool, basically setting up Raz and Jordana to be reoccurring villains, and also Raz's master, whoever he is, or she, they are the person who's been cursing Ninjago, not Ninjago, sorry, cursing like the ninja's path. They are presumably, that's not confirmed, but it's very, very likely. It's likely that they are the person who cursed the worms in the Cloud Kingdom archive. It's likely that they are the person who cursed the crab in Lloyd and Aaron's journey to make the crab massive and to make the Melopians evil. So whoever Raz's master is, I really look forward to meeting them. I hope they're someone from the past. However, I don't think they need to be. I think Raz's master would work as a brand new character. But of course, like any mysterious Ninjago character, I would love for it to be Klaus. That's kind of the instant assumption people come to whenever a new Ninjago mystery villain is introduced, that it's going to be Klaus. However, I think this person has a decent potential to be Klaus due to them cursing things, and of course Klaus likes to curse things, and the writers... Oh, no, Klaus... I don't know if Klaus likes to curse things, but Klaus likes to use magic, so it would make sense. And also, the writers for Dragon's Rising have been doing really good at catching up on old plot points, like the Master of Wind situation. So I think it is definitely within the realm of possibilities for the writers to bring back Klaus to be Raz's master. However, I'm not crossing my fingers just yet, because I do think it has potential to be a brand new character. My theory would probably be it would be a new character from Raz's realm. If Raz really is from the wildness, then I am definitely betting all I'm I don't know if he was just lying, saying that to the Emperor, but my current theory that I stole from Twitter is that Chima is what the floating island is called, but the rest of the land below Chima is known as the wildness. So the actual realm is called the wildness. So yeah, look forward to seeing more about Raz, and of course Jordana, who I don't really care for, but she seems kind of, she seems evil enough to be a good sidekick for Raz. Raz's master, look forward to finding out who that is. I've heard a lot of complaints about people saying Wildfire was annoying. Yeah, I definitely get that, but I also think Sora was more annoying personally. She kept bringing up her past with her parents, and I get why they were doing that. They were doing that so when she unlocked her true potential in episode 10, it was, it'd be a bigger thing, because she's been talking about how sad she is about her parents for the whole season. And then, she confronts them, she talks about them, and then her true potential is unlocked. However, there's, the episode where she was talking with Geo, and Geo, who is the Monts person, he was explaining his backstory about, I was a Monts, but I was born with the colours of a Gekko, and they never got along, so I was disowned. And then Sora kind of just instantly jumped to, oh yeah, my parents disowned me too. So, my childhood is just as upsetting as yours. And it really felt like Sora was just constantly trying to one-up people by mentioning her troubled childhood. So, yeah, I really wasn't a fan of Sora this season, which is a massive shame because I really liked her in the first season. Not the first season, sorry, the first part. But I didn't really like her in the second part. I think part 1, Sora was my favourite, but part 2, Aaron was my favourite. Yeah, a lot of people were saying Wildfire was annoying, like I was going to talk about a minute ago. Yeah, I thought she did get a little bit annoying. However, it did kind of feel like it was in her personality, and I don't know. I didn't find it as annoying as a lot of other people did. I thought it suited her personality. I thought it was pretty funny. The pranks she was playing on the magma people. I kind of thought Wildfire. I enjoyed her this season, and then at the end where she hugs Kai and they kind of make up, and that's, you know, I see that as Kai and Wildfire putting their differences aside, because they really have more in common than not in common. So yeah, that hug they have at the end was really sweet in my opinion. So yeah, I quite liked Wildfire this season. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm forgetting to talk about, but I don't think there is. The Mother Garden, I guess I can talk about the Mother Garden. That was in episode 15. I think that could be Chima. It really, as soon as I saw it on screen, I instantly thought it was Chima. But then they don't mention it. But then, of course, the snail people live there, humanoid animals. So I think it really makes sense for it to be Chima. So yeah, I am definitely betting my money on the Mother Garden being Chima. Don't, you know, of course, don't take my word for that. That is just a theory. Cole in this season, yeah, I kind of liked Cole. A lot of people are saying he's gay or he's bi. I don't think that was implied. I mean, maybe it was. Who knows? But from what I kind of felt watching the season, I don't know. I just didn't get any, you know, I didn't scream gay. But yeah, a lot of people have been saying Cole, they ship Cole and Geo. And I mean, if that's your thing, go for it. It's better than shipping Cole and Kai because they're brothers. So yeah, ship who you want to ship. Jay was a big letdown. He was just in the agency doing pretty much nothing. He was being a bit rude. And of course, no one knows he's there. None of the characters like Lloyd or Aaron saw him. So that is still quite a big loose end that they need to tie up. Oh, they mentioned the Cursed Realm. Cursed Realm finally got a mention, which is awesome because now we know. And of course, we knew because Doc Wyatt said on Twitter, he said, you know, every single realm, but confirming the Cursed Realm is now cool. So I wonder how that's going to work. You know, if the Preeminent is just going to be there, maybe the Cursed Realm is within the Departed Realm. Who knows? But I'm really looking forward to how they tackle the Departed Realm and the Cursed Realm. I liked how they tackled the realm of Ninjago. I think that was a really cool handling of the situation. A theory that Marty had, or Bio Ninja Bricks, a lot of people may know him by, was that they were going to retcon the destruction of Ninjago. Back in Season 6, when we saw Ninjago getting destroyed, Marty suggested that they were going to retcon that and basically say that wasn't Ninjago getting destroyed, that was the beginning of the merge, because of course time works differently in all the realms. So I would have loved it if they did that. However, I think what they did decide to do in the show is definitely... Can I just talk about this clutch on Fall Guys? Sorry, I know I'm talking about Ninjago here, but I recorded this gameplay like 2 months ago and I just didn't use it. How lucky was I to have survived that? I just want a bit of a round of applause there. But yeah, how they handled the situation, I think probably pleased the most people. So I really like how they handled that. So overall, I can't think of anything else that I'm missing that I want to talk about. If I do think of anything, I'll say it. But overall, I'm pretty pleased. Yeah, don't talk about that. That was a terrible way to die. I'm pretty pleased with part 2. One thing I did kind of feel a little bit disappointed by was the fact that there were still so many unanswered questions. But of course, that is kind of what they're trying to do with Dragon's Rising. They're trying to they're trying to kind of make it so if you want to watch one season or one part, then you have to watch everything, and you'll get rewarded for doing so, because they're going to set things up that they won't tackle until years later, and they're going to leave you there wondering questions, so many questions, and they're going to wait a few years before they touch upon them, which is annoying. But in 3 or 4 years' time, when we're a few seasons in, I think it'll be massively, massively rewarding. So I'm not too concerned about that. Hopefully, in season 2, we get some more answers. Hopefully, they find Jay. We know Garmadon is potentially going to play a role in the new season based off of some leaks. So yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward. Do I get this gold ring? Oh, sorry, I forgot about this gameplay. I forgot how it goes, and I'm watching it as I'm recording this, and that jump through the gold ring was a miracle because I missed it so many times. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to season 2. I think season 1 did a great job at getting us familiar with the characters, learning their personalities, their backstories, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully, season 2 answers all the questions that we have. My favourite character introduced, I think, would probably be Raz. Oh, Rapton turned good as well. It didn't feel too forced, I think, because the Empress and Raz were both horrible to him, and he definitely deserved better. And I really like how he turned evil, because yeah, I mean, it wasn't fair how they treated him, and it makes sense because they were always calling him an idiot and useless and incompetent. So yeah, him turning evil definitely didn't feel too rushed for me. So that is great. That's incredible. Raz, probably my favourite character though. I think Raz is really cool. He's really interesting. So much mystery about him. I can't wait to find out who his master is and all that stuff. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. Oh, actually, one thing I'll comment on very quickly is that the season got really dark during Beatrix's backstory, when it was revealed she murdered her her sister and her father, sorry, so she would become Empress. That was a really dark twist, and I wasn't expecting that from Ninjago. But yeah, she killed her own sister and father, so that is... I mean, that's crazy for Ninjago. Of course, they did that in Season 8, which is kind of known as one of the darkest seasons. But yeah, she killed her own family just so she could become Empress, sorry. I know, yeah, her her sister was an elemental master. That was a really cool detail. I think because they touched upon it so, little, I think we definitely will get an explanation as to what her sister's powers were eventually. Maybe not even in Season 2, but maybe in Season 3 or Season 4. I think they will touch upon what Zeatrix's powers were, and that is her sister's name, Zeatrix. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Season 2. Really enjoyed Part 2. Really enjoyed Part 1 as well. I think Part 1 is just that little bit better, though. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I could sit down and rewatch Part 1 more than I could rewatch Part 2. But that's just my opinion, and maybe that'll change, and it probably will change. But I had great fun watching this season. Thumbs up to everyone involved in it. The animation was gorgeous. The writing was gorgeous. Do you say the writing is gorgeous? The writing was really well done. God, yeah, beautiful animation, really well done writing, gorgeous soundtracks as well. I loved the soundtracks. Some of my favourites were, and these are just off the top of my head, I loved the Ghost soundtrack in episode 1. They brought back a Possession soundtrack, and that was lovely. Nodocon's soundtrack returning in episode, I think, 14, The Last Djinn. When I heard Nodocon's soundtrack, I genuinely... And this might have been a bit of an overreaction, but I was just so mind-blown that they actually brought it back. I threw my glasses off my face, gasped, covered my mouth with my hands, like, brushed my hair back with my hands to move it all out. Like, I just couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe that they brought Nodokon's soundtrack back. I absolutely freaked out when I heard it. The soundtrack in episode 13, I think, the Zane Festival, where he's in the Zane competition, and it's his Sacrifice soundtrack, I think, but it's kind of like a pixelated. Is it like 8-bit, 16-bit? I don't know what you call it, but it was like a video gamified version of his soundtrack, and it sounded so cool. I freaked out when I heard it because I loved it so much. Hopefully these get added to Spotify. I know they probably won't, but they were talking about adding some Ninjago soundtracks to Spotify a while ago. So hopefully they do that at one point. Or not Spotify, but they were talking about officially releasing them, which I'm guessing meant Spotify. I don't know. I have no idea. But I definitely want to hear these soundtracks without any dialogue or anything. But yeah, really liked part 2. Well done to everyone involved with making it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.